Yeah, man, I can just see this movie. Okay, comedian on stage, and he's doing his thing, and someone in the audience says something, and dude stops and says what, and there's this little back and forth, and then fucking before you know it, there's beep, 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 and you know what? Fill in the blanks, man, because that's just a story. And I'll tell you this, I will make sure that if you ever come to Sacramento, what I'll do is make sure that everybody knows I'm going to San Francisco, all right? And I don't want to be anywhere near where you are, okay? Unless you embrace the fucking Stevia Pound a Month Club, man, and pay it forward. Because you know what? I'm trying to use you and your fame as a conduit to the rest of America to wake them up, okay, to some facts about the country they live in. You know what? We are owned and operated by fascists, basically by the same element that destroyed Germany. All right? You know what? Germany didn't have to kill all the Jews during the war. Okay? What they could have done is use the Jews as a workforce, part of the fabric of their society, and won the war, and then done them all in at the very end. But they let the sickness that was Hitler, lead them astray, man. Kind of like what we did with George Bush. And the similarities are frightening. I mean, they fucking truly are. Uh, Corporate America not giving a flying fuck about the well-being or health of our population. Actually, fluoridating our water supply by putting it into our toothpaste. That's toxic and would kill our babies if they swallow a whole tube of it. And we pour it down the sink in the drain. It goes in our water, comes back. We drink it, and you know what? They fluoridated the Jews' water too. So if they did it to them, it can't be anything good for us. And don't you know that it's deeper than that? I mean, the problems, the toxic shit that they use from petroleum, like the carpet in your home, and just so it doesn't burst into flame, okay, and engulf everybody and kill you, they dip it in this liquid called polybrominated diphenyl ether, and it's a flame retardant, okay, and it makes it so it's safe from flame. But you know what? The retardant part is too funny because you know what? ADHD in kids, cancers. It's the new PCB of the millennium, but no one knows about it because the problem is that money, evil money, has taken this country over, and they now own everything. No shit. And you have to look for this information, okay, to find it, and it's there. And the same thing is vacuums being, you know what? Fuck. You know what? People throwing fucking newspapers. Anyways, uh, vacuums. They don't work. They never have. They never will. They blow dust. They slowly kill us sooner, as it is right now. And you should talk to Diego Sanchez, man, because Diego Sanchez knows full well the Patriots a miracle. Okay, it kept him from going to the hospital and getting his cut looked at because it pulled so much fucking dirt out of his carpet that he'd already cleaned with the vacuum, and it doesn't blow dust. Big one, Joe, and everybody out there listening, for when the bird flu comes to America. Because if we track it indoors from where we walk and we use vacuums, that vacuum smell, that dust, that makes it so you can't take a vacuum into a restaurant when you're eating dinner, okay, because of health code violations and dust and food. Um, what happens when the bird flu is on it and it's in your home? Oh my God! You know what? You can take a Patriot into a hospital operating room and use it when they're operating on the table because the U.S. military certifies it as a hospital-grade air purifier. As a matter of fact, they've known since World War II that vacuums didn't work because they used it to make the clean room for the atom bomb. Okay, that blew up Hiroshima, and Nagasaki, Japan. And you know what? They've known about this for a long time, and they still allow companies like Kirby to come to your fucking home and make it so you'll never allow somebody that sells a Patriot or a TriStar ever to cross your door again. Because you know what? They either sell you or they blow you out of the fucking water. And that's why you walk through neighborhoods that have no peddling, you know, no signs, no soliciting. Kirby's been there. No shit. I see it all the time. And why doesn't stores around America, why don't they carry these machines? Okay, why don't companies make them uh, for sale? You know, why? Why do people think that fucking vacuums, a fan and a bag of paper, whatever, is gonna clean? Okay, we're like fucking cavemen. I swear to God, it's disgusting. And yeah, so the difference between a vacuum America when a bird flu hits and a Patriot TriStar top back, 199 on the internet. Okay, the difference between that America and a vacuum America with dust blowing all over, with H5N1 on it when it starts coming out of birds and their shit. And you know what? That's a fucking major catastrophe averted if we can do that. No shit. You know what? If the bird flu comes to an America that has aspartame holes in maybe, what, 100 million people? How many people across America, raise your hand, have consumed diet products because you don't want to be fat? And look at those products. Do they have aspartame in them? Okay, now put yourself in the side for candidates for getting sick with the bird flu, because this bird flu attacks the brain. It attacks the head. And you know what? They could interview Andy Lubinsky in Roseville, California, and he told me that his brother caught it in Puerto Rico and almost died, and it attacked his brain, and it was a trip, and it didn't get him, but it wasn't nothing nice. And you know what? Imagine if Andy's brother had been fat and used a diet product. I bet you he would have been a casualty already. And you know what? It's going to happen. Seriously. So what I'm trying to do, Joe Rogan, is use you as a conduit between the truth and obscurity. All right? There is a truth that stevia, if it was to replace all toxic sweets in factories all across America that produce things that we eat, if we banned sugar, cane, whatever, brown sugar, that, you know, the stuff that's making people fat and sick, and made it so that stevia was put into everything. Okay, there'd be a leavening. Okay, across the United States, around the world, a meltdown of biblical proportions. No, no shit. I call it. And you know, the tragedy is that I've already proved it. I've already got all the case evidence I need. I mean, Peachy is still alive. We can get her fucking veterinarian to swear that, yeah, she was going to inject her and put her to sleep. But you know what? Now she's perfect. Oh, I wonder. And you know what? Get Bob Johnson on the stand, Cal Worsham on the stand. You know what? We can take this motherfucker to court. And we can start to implement the machinations of a healthy revolution that will change things in the United States forever. Oh, for real. When people catch on to the fact that stevia is a miracle, okay, and acts like the cure, then Scientific America is going to pay attention to what stevia does. And at the same time, we can get, you know, another peachy, you know, little miracle going, and we can try to get somebody maybe that has pancreatic cancer uh, to start drinking pure H2O and bring them back, and we'll have body miracles popping up all over. And you know what? Znaturalfoods.com. Cheapest stevia that I can find. It's the pure stuff. It's the best. It's the stuff that acts like cocaine if you snort it. And it kept me up all across the United States. I was smoking weed at the same time too, gotta admit it. And you know what? What would that do for truckers that are unhealthy and fat? If truckers started to use stevia, what they would have to do is pull over quite a few times along their routes. But you know what? They'd be cleaning their bodies and at the same time paying forward a miracle that will make it so they continue to do their jobs, but just not burning water as it goes. You know, I mean, if this hits the scientific community, uh, sooner or later, a scientist is gonna, jump on the fact that you can wash all the soap out of water and it does all these miraculous things. Geez, you know what? That sounds like that mythical, cold fission where water springs into fuel and then returns, and that's what it is. It's almost biblical, and you know what? Too bad that everybody out there doesn't really think about this as you go to sleep tonight. Does your God lie? Really, does your God lie? Because the one in the Holy Bible does. He tells Eve that she is going to perish if she eats from the fruit of knowledge, right? And Eve, knowing that Adam was the best that men could really represent, oh my God, she foresaw the fate of women all around planet Earth, and she was fucking taking a bullet for her homegirls because you know what? She didn't want to be a slave forever.